James, how are you and the squad looking forward to the game at the weekend?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. We've had obviously a good week of training, so we're well prepared for the game in hand.
Do you feel that winning the Scottish Cup last season gets the monkey off the back somewhat? Obviously you've had a number of defeats here before, but you now have won that domestic trophy.
Yeah, we've obviously won the cup last season, the Scottish Cup, and there's a lot of experience in the team on winning the trophy now. But it's something, obviously, it's in our sight to try and get this League Cup, back at Ibrox. So we'll be doing everything possible at the weekend to try and get into the final.
Where do you feel you and the team are? You've, I think, 6 games under the new manager, 5 wins. How positive a start has it been? And do you feel that game at the weekend was the best you've looked as a team under Michael Beale?
I think it's one of the best performances we've had, especially going to Dundee. The amount of times that we've been there, so it's been a place where the performances have not been there, but I felt we were really comfortable at the weekend. And we're still working hard, and we're still learning, we're still improving as a team, and we're only just going to get better. So we're in a good place, and we've just got to keep this consistency going and keep improving.
You've got a title, you've got a Scottish Cup. What would it mean to you to get the League Cup?
Yeah, I mean everything. It's obviously a cup that most of us haven't got, and it's something that we obviously set our sights on.
At a time when a lot of talk is about decisions going in Rangers' favour, do you look back at the 2019 final and think you might have got a winner's medal that day?
Obviously that's in the past now. We felt our performance that day was merited for us to maybe win the cup, but we didn't, and obviously that's in the past, and we obviously look what's ahead of us.
Can you use these as motivation, both the ones you won and the ones you don't, looking at this season's in the Scottish Cup final, that feeling and finally getting your hands on that? Is that motivation to make sure you're at that stage again?
Obviously it gives everyone who was here last season a taste of winning domestic cup, and you want to have more days of that. Share it with the fans, your family. It can be a special day, and we've obviously got an important game against Aberdeen, and we've got to get past them to look into the final.
It was a tough one up there at Tavernier. How different do you think this game's going to be? What can you take from that game, if anything?
I think we showed real good grit and determination to see the game out. We took risks and we got rewarded, but we're looking to have a better performance, and like I said, we've been improving over the weeks. So our game plan going into the game, hopefully that'll set us out to be to get through to the final.
There'll only be a few weeks in between that game, but how much have you think the team's grown under Michael since that game itself?
Yeah, every day we're always improving at training. He's getting his tactics and messages across, and everyone's just soaking it in. And more time you get to know it, you get to improve it as it is as a team. And I think it's starting to show, and we've just got to have large spells of that in games, and it'll bring on the strong performances that we're looking for.
The manner of the win at the Todry kind of left Aberdeen and their manager shell-shocked. Do you think that maybe there'll be a hangover from that for them going into this? That'll be at the back of their heads that, look, this Rangers team, you cannot switch off for a second.
I won't really put too much thought on what they're thinking. Like I said, it's down to us, and it's up to us to show and put a performance in at the weekends and concentrate on ourselves, and know what we can do. And if we do the things, the tactics that the gaffer wants, and we're all at it from the first whistle, then I'm sure we'll put in a good performance and hopefully get into the final.
A lot of significant players are entering the last 6 months of their contracts at Rangers. Of course, you're well aware of that. As captain, how actively are you involved in speaking to some of the boys to kind of judge their intentions, or maybe convince them to stay?
I think it's always a difficult one, but as long as I know the players that are fully committed towards the team, then it's something that you always stand back on and let the player decide or the club decide. But my concentration is obviously the well-being of the team, and I know everybody who's coming towards the end of the contracts at the minute are fully focused on the team and what's at hand.
Is there part of you that thinks that this might be a summer of change? It's been quite a consistent group of a lot of boys who've been a big part of everything that's happened while you've been there. Do you get a sense that this summer it may see a lot of boys move on, end of an era?
I think that's just football in general. You know, players come and go. There's obviously been a large group that's been here for a long time, but you know, it's down to the club if they want to offer contracts out and extend players' contracts. But as in football, you know, players come and go.
James, the injury issues have obviously been well documented this season. Over the last few weeks, Malik Tillman and Fashion Sakala have been playing on that right-hand side with you and are starting to come into a good run of form. How important is that consistency? We kind of see it on the left a lot, but on the right it tends to change quite a bit. How important is that for you to understand how each other plays and help the team? Yeah,
it's important because then you get a better understanding with the players that you're playing with. Obviously you can train, but matches are obviously different, and if you can have the same people around you, then you know you'll get a better feeling of how we can play together. So now they're being both in great form, and you know Fashion's been adding goals, which is great to see, and hopefully if he's picked at the weekend, he can do the same.
James, I think the Celtic manager this week was talking about how early in his experience at Celtic winning the League Cup really accelerated the progress that the club made. What benefits could you see of winning this trophy in terms of what you can achieve under Michael Beale?
I think it's obviously an early cup that you can win, and you want to get your hands on the trophy as early as possible, and this is a great opportunity to do that. So every season we always set our targets, and this season we set our targets, and we want to obviously win the domestic cup. So we play for Rangers, and you know we want to win trophies, and this is obviously the earliest possible we can, and we'll be doing everything possible as a team to do that.
Is there any more pressure given the league situation at the moment to deliver this?
No, we take game by game, and we always concentrate on what game's ahead. We can't think about too much what's in front of us. So Aberdeen, you know, be a tough opponent, but it's a semi-final that we need to get past, and we'll do everything that we can.
Can I ask about your own role under Michael? Is it fair to say you're maybe getting a little bit more freedom to deliver what you maybe had been previously?
I think I've got more of a freedom in my play now to get forward. So I enjoy obviously getting forward. So it suits me. Obviously suits me well.
James, if this is to be the last season for the bulk of this squad together, do you think the league and the Scottish Cup, do you think that tells the full story of the last four or 5 years under this team?
Obviously there's been disappointments throughout the journey for the large group, but reaching Europa League's final, winning the league and the Scottish Cup, we obviously want to win more. And this season we're still obviously in three cups, and we'll do everything possible from now till the end of the season to try and add.
So how big a thing is it once you hang up your boots and however many years you can look back and say, I was at Rangers for so many years and I won everything I possibly could in Scotland? You always want to look back at your career when you do hang up your boots, and you know you go over what you've achieved, and obviously silverware in your trophy cabinet can give you a smile on your face and say this is what I've achieved, and you can show your kids and be really proud. So that's I think that's all the boys' mentality, and the coaches. We all want to achieve great things together as a club, and we've obviously got to try and do that as soon as possible.
James, I think Alan McGregor and Stephen Davis were both here the last time the club won the League Cup. Have they been able to share their experience from that time to spur the group on?
I don't think they need to. You know, anybody who signs for Rangers knows that you know we're coming here to try and fight for trophies, and if you did sign for Rangers and you didn't know that, then you know it's not what we're about, and everybody's fully committed to what we need to do, and that is to win trophies. And we've obviously got great experience in the squad, so that'll take us into the game.
And on a more personal note, we heard up at Ross County the manager saying that perhaps even the club's captain needs to look over their shoulder due to the great performances of Adam Devine. How much have you enjoyed having him come into the team and give you that little bit of competition as well?
Yeah, it's great to see the academy producing really good players. You know, Adam's came in, especially this season, been doing really well. I'm really proud of him, and he should be proud of himself with the performances that he put in for us. Leon King, and he's been a credit to himself as well. And it's just obviously Alex now just needs to push through. But we've got a great academy that are producing good players, and it's great to see because you need that to So obviously, for the size of club that we are, if we can produce our own players and bring them through, and it'd be great.
Do you think that helps get the best out of you? I think, especially when Nathan Patterson was here as well, he seemed to be playing very well during that period of time.
Yeah, definitely. Every player wants competition. You never want to be almost in cruise control and just steadying away. You always want to get pushed, and people in your position. You always want more than one person in your position, and Adams obviously can play both sides, and he's pushing me, and he's obviously pushing Bonner on the other side.
The manager's spoken openly about wanting to add to the squad, bring some of his own players in. He's spoken to a few players as well. What can that freshness in the squad do at this point in the season?
I'd imagine it adds more quality into the team, but it's one of those you have to wait and see. I'll probably find out on Sky Sports, but it's something that you're always happy to hear, because you always want to add, and it'll always make you stronger.
Is that something that the players are all talking about? Is that in the group chats? You hear rumours, you see things, hear things, the players are discussing who might be coming in?
You hear them, you do hear them, but you tend to see Sky Sports in the morning, see obviously the other clubs and see what they're doing, and I think it's just, as a general person, a fan of football, you just like the interest of what players are coming and going.